Okay, let's have a look at a chatbot that's been built on the Disruption Works Botbuild platform. Here we're looking at a chatbot demo, and what I've got here is a trigger message that I've set to go off after 5 seconds, but this could be any length of time, or it could be when the user starts to scroll through your website, or you may even choose not to have that at all. Let's click on this and click Get Started and jump straight into the conversation. Here you can see that I've got a nice header image. This could just as easily be a GIF, a carousel of images, or it could be a video, or again, you might choose not to have that. This is all completely customizable. Here we've got some intro text, and then what we've got here is what we call button-driven journeys. Now this allows the user to easily navigate around your chatbot and also allows you to drive them down those funnels that are most relevant. And what we find is if you present these buttons, people are more likely to use them because it saves them typing anything. So let's click on About Us as an example. What we've got here is some additional text, and then these are deliberate typing indicators to allow the user to read this piece of text before we then present the next piece of text, and so on. And then what you can see here is I've actually got a YouTube video embedded within the platform so that you could engage with your audience that way. Let's go back around. Now, on a full build, we wouldn't bring them back to the main menu. We'd bring them back to a shorter menu that sort of says, welcome back to the menu, how can I help? And then we go through some of these. Now, we can integrate this platform into anything that's relevant to your business. That could be a table booking service, it could be a claims management system, it could be within your CRM. What I'm going to show you here is just a very simple piece of integration, which is the integration of a newsfeed via RSS. So this is an automated process where the newsfeed is pulled through into the bot, and you can see this is presented on a carousel, and I can scroll through that, and if I see something of interest, I can click on that, and we've got a URL behind these buttons that drops us onto the right page so that we could read more about that story. Okay, let's have a look at a contact journey. So I've got the button here, but I'm going to free type this in. I need to contact you. And what we're doing here is we're using a combination of keywords and algorithms to make sure that we're delivering the user to the right story. So we've got, again, another image. How would you like to get in touch? And then just a reminder to the user that they might wish to leave their details with the bot, and then we can pass that through to the right team. You can see here we've got phone, email, post, so they would present that information. Live chat, so again, that would send a trigger email to an agent so that they could jump in and deal with that inquiry there and then. Or let's assume it's out of hours and we want to leave the inquiry. Now, what essentially happens here is the user is dropped into a conversational form fill, and these can be set up however you like. So free text fields, multiple choice questions, email. So although we can't verify the email address, what we can do is make sure it's in the right format. What message would we like to pass on to the team? Hosting an event and would love for you to attend. Yeah, kind of whatever. Basically, two things happen once this form's complete. One is that we set the scene for the end user, so they know that they've kind of done their bit, and then it's over to you as the business to come back to them on their inquiry. But also then that information is captured and then sent through to the business, and that can happen in a number of ways. The quickest and easiest is that it's sent to an inbox or a group of email addresses, so they can pick up the inquiry that way. The data could also be stored in a Google Sheet or a table, or could be integrated into your CRM system and dropped in straight into there as a lead or an inquiry. Now, as this is a charity demo, let's have a look at a donation journey, but this could be any sales journey if you like within an organization, whether that be you're booking a table or an inspirational product journey. It's all about obviously driving people down those funnels and then turning these conversations into customers. Now, I've simplified this greatly in that we just go in here, we get some text and then an image, and then basically we've got a URL here behind a button to help navigate the user to do that. I'm going to click on that, and you can see here we've been dropped onto the right page to complete that transaction. I've gone round, but let's try a slightly more complex FAQ question. So how do I respond to planning applications. Again, keywords to drive the right stories. You can see here we've got the text, deliberate typing indicator, and then again some calls to action around what do we want to drive from this. So get involved, contact us, or donate. This time I'm going to click get involved, and of course these can play out however you want that to play out within your business. So how easy or hard is it to make or amend content within the bot? Well, actually super easy. So let's show you that now. I'm going to create a story. So let's do that here. And we're going to decide what needs to happen to initiate that story. So the user's going to need to type call you, phone number as an example. And then what are the other keywords in this group that we want to capture? I need to, what is the example. And then what happens? So I'm going to drop a media block into there. We want that at the top. Bunny on the phone, that sounds relevant. As an example, let's put a typing indicator. I think 2 seconds is enough. Perhaps we want some more text. How else can I help? And again, we may want to drive some calls to action here. And then basically what I'm doing here is adding in some buttons at the bottom of the text, and then we decide what happens if someone clicks on that button. So of course we'll link that up to our donation story. That's done. We click save, and that's gone through, so as you can see there. So let's go back to our bot. I need to call you. And there we go. Here's our bunny on the phone. Here's our text and our typing indicator, and then our additional response around how we can help. And then we had the button donate. So we click that, and we can see that drops us into our donation story that we saw earlier. So there we have it. Hopefully you found that really insightful and perhaps also inspiring, and it's got you thinking about how chatbots could work within your organization, providing immediate responses to inbound inquiries to improve the customer service experience, and also take away a lot of that heavy lifting and load from your staff internally who have to deal with those inquiries. If this has sparked an interest, then please do get in touch. I'd be more than happy to take you through a demo that's relevant to your industry, your sector, the details for which will be at the end of the video. Thanks very much.